Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
Man, grand rising to the collective. Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping and running up and stepping up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all, man. If you're watching on TV, whatever the case is, I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But today I wanted to go ahead and give a shout out to Daisy. Happy belated birthday. I am late getting to that. I apologize. Shout out to Jada. Yeah, Jada, I know I told y'all I shout you out and I forgot. And it took me a minute to get to it. But I appreciate you. Shout out to you. Been showing real love. Shout out to Ross Andre Murphy. I'm a little late. Happy Independence Day to Jamaica. I know I seen that comment as well. I had to screenshot these like a minute ago and I just was able to get to it. I apologize again. But y'all know what it is, man. I ain't gonna hold you. This might be a little bit of a longer video, so bear with me. Y'all know what it is. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
A woman was found mysteriously deceased on a bus with 26 iPhones glued to her body. This is the most messed up case ever, and it just happened 3 days ago. So the victim was a 20-year-old woman from Brazil, and she was found on a bus. Theory goes that she was smuggling the iPhones and then something went wrong. That's basically all police know now, but as more details emerge, I'll let you know. What do you guys think of this? Let me know in the comments below.
Did you all see this? Trump has officially announced the National Guard being deployed in D.C.
And we're here for a very serious purpose, very serious purpose. Something's out of control, but we're going to put it in control very quickly like we did on the southern border. I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening, and they've done it before. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C.
Find our damn kids, bro. Find the kids. There's a crisis going on in Virginia right now with missing children. That shit. And we deploying the National Guard on D.C. streets for crime. Bro, find the kids, bro. Find the kids.
The Him movie coming out is absolutely demonic. Case in point, look at the movie poster. They are showing you truth in plain sight because this is basically mocking Christianity with the way that he's posing. This is truth in plain sight because this is what these people do constantly. And in the movie trailer, they show Marlon Wayne's character doing the shh. And if you know exactly what that represents. And they even show one eye. Again, more truth in plain sight. And that's not all. Look at the demonic image behind this character named Cameron Cade. And his name alone is Cameron Cade CC, which is 33. And even right here should tell you all that you need to know. Look how they have a pyramid right there for everybody to see. And they also have to showcase this weird circle, this ritual circle with a pentagram-like shape in the middle. And they even showcase the word sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice? And this is more truth in plain sight because it's showing you exactly what a lot of these famous athletes do. like LeBron James, and the list goes on. So again, the poster alone is very demonic, and everything surrounding this movie is demonic. What do you think? Wake up.
There's hella truth up in that damn movie, though. We gonna have to check it out.
This time traveler claims we're all gonna have the mark of the beast by 2045.
Watch this,
This guy
y'all.
claims he's from the future.
He's a real dude.
Adam Archon, and I am a time traveler.
Adam Arkham claims to be a time traveler from the year 2045.
But is
So
he?
he was sat down for a lie detector test, and every question he was asked came true.
Very
Most of the
strange,
questions were
y'all.
about
Watch.
2045. And what he said was disturbing, yet kind of interesting. He claimed that everyone would have chips in their hand for identification and
The
payment.
mark of the
I do
beast.
have an implanted chip in my hand known as the One.
Now, what's crazy is that's already happening now already. He also claims that the world will be ruled under one law, one world order.
In 2030, all of the world's countries converge into one supernation.
And that
Doesn't sound that
successfully
far-fetched.
cloned and regenerated dinosaurs and have dinosaur zoos. This is interesting because already right now they are starting the process of bringing back
The
woolly
dire
mammoths.
wolves
It
that
is
just
true
came out.
that aliens did land on Earth in August 2028.
This is an older video, but some of these things are actually coming true. They just de-extinct the dire wolf. The prophecy is coming true, y'all. As always, thank you for watching. Stay weird.
Look, I'm gonna keep it a bug with y'all. I got this feeling, and I could be wrong. It could be a reach. I don't care. I'm just using my brain. I'm just questioning shit. I think that there once again was an extraterrestrial race. I think they split in half. Some dipped, some stayed. I think other ones came here as well. The ones that stayed and the ones that came here, I feel like those two, they intertwined. In the words of Jada Pickett, they entangled. That's what I think happened. I think they ended up kicking it, getting cool. One showed another how to sustain, how to, like, science, technology. And I think the Anunnaki showed the reptilians that. I think they worked together a little bit. I think some dipped, some of the Anunnaki dipped. And I think the ones that stayed is the ones that work with the reptilians and got us vibrating lower. I feel like they're the ones pushing this reset shit. They're the ones pushing the Project Bluebeam. I feel like they're the ones pushing all the illnesses that go around the world. They run in the world in a certain way that it shouldn't have been. They shouldn't be ran. And I feel like there's another group of Anunnaki out there who they say they headed here and they angry. They angry at us. They angry at them other ones. They angry at the 1%, the reptilians and shit. That's what I feel like. But then I also and that rabbit hole can even be shut down real fast. But I do feel like that's possibly the case. And when we bringing back all these dinosaurs and all this extra shit, the 2030 plan, I feel like that's just because that's their plan. That's the bad extraterrestrials or the reptilians or just terrible humans who are real humans, but they just terrible. They just vibrate very, 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 very low. NPCs, clones, however you want to put it. That's what I feel. And I feel like they switch up history. I feel like history was really one way, but they switched it. Just how they do with, like, they do it all the other parts of history. They switch it. They come out with movies, name it the same shit as some real shit that happened in real life. So when you go search that shit, it's going to pop up with the movie, not the real shit. That's what I feel like. Sometimes, not all the time. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts, man. I mean, that's just a thought. Whether you agree, whether you disagree, you gotta respect it for thinking. So if y'all got a different angle, let me know.
Hey, you guys, check this out. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want this video banned or violating any rules or anything, but just look at the features. I figure with the climates that we're in right now and the erasure of certain things and the changing of certain names, this might be relevant. So, share this video. I hope you enjoy. Happy Black History Month.
Rest in peace, King Tut.
King Tut was discovered in Kentucky in 1922. Let the truth be told.
Egyptian pyramid.
The Kentucky pyramids. You cannot hide the truth. America is Egypt. The Tartarian Empire, one world order of civilization, advanced technology, advanced agriculture, immaculate buildings. I'm Newbie One.
Look, we heard Elon laugh real hard when he said Memphis is in Egypt and the Antichrist would come out of Egypt. So I'm not going to say that's not too far-fetched. If the Antichrist would come out of Egypt, there has to be some type of power there. Something to help him charge up. Something. I mean, why wouldn't that have been Egypt? Memphis, Tennessee, Kentucky, all that. Why wouldn't that have been part of Egypt? I got muted once upon a time, and I tried, and this didn't make it to a video. But my great grandmother told me when I was young, rest in peace, and I said this before. And my granny was an Eastern Star. If you know what that is, y'all know what that is. She was an Eastern Star. Now none of my other family wanted to go down that lane, but nobody know the secrets that she know either. She didn't tell me either, because I was a little bit, I wasn't. Nobody knows the secrets. She used to come home from initiations. My grandmother told me she would be sore when she came home. I said, did you ask her any questions? And she said, nah, none of us would. She wouldn't tell us. She told me her dad was. She used to use these two phrases. She said, my dad is Mongol, my dad is Mongolian. She used to, not at the same time she would use those phrases, but she would tell me separately on different occasions. This was like 2001, because this is when 9/11 first happened. I used to spend a lot of time at her house, so I remember this. And she said, my daddy worked on the Great Wall of China. I could never put that shit in my head. Like, how your dad worked on the Great Wall of China, but it didn't make any sense. And she said that my father was from Mongolia. My dad is Tartarian. My dad was a great builder. I said this before on the channel and it didn't make it. Go figure. Go figure. But that's what she told me. And when I told y'all that, it muted me. The whole clip was muted. I remember her telling me this, and she used to yell at me very firm and say, do not ever forget it. Do not ever forget it. I ain't never forgot it. I'm just passing this on. If I have family genes that tie all the way back to Tartaria, I know some of y'all do too. Go searching. Go looking. Go find out, man. That's history you want to know. It's going to push you a little bit different once you find out that you come from greatness. We all come from greatness. But once you really get that proof, bro, it take you to another level. Trust me. Because you know what you made of. You know what you built of. You get to see what you came from. Make you respect shit a little bit different. Make you go about life a little bit different. Let me know y'all thoughts, though.
Alright, so this is how it is. I don't know what this feel-free drink is, but apparently there's some shit inside this and it's fucking dangerous. Y'all peep this shit. Now, from what I've heard, inside of the gas stations and, you know, little stores and all this shit, they starting to sell this energy drink called Feel Free. Now, from what I've read, Feel Free is supposed to be an alternative as far as like helping people get over the whole idea of drinking and shit like that, right? The only part about this shit, now I do apologize because I cannot pronounce the goddamn words, but the words that is mixed inside of this damn drink, people are saying that these are having the effect of, starts with a letter after G and ends with an N. Let me say this one more time for the people in the back. There is something in that motherfucking drink that is having people have the effects of the letter after G and ends with an N. And this is the crazy part. People are robbing people at gunpoint just so they can buy this feel-free drink. People are having to buy the drink, and then they feel the urge to want to go back and get more and more and more and more. And then what makes it even 10 times fucking worse are withdrawing after not taking this shit for a long period of time. So if you ask me, whatever this little feel-free shit is, it looks like that has a goddamn mother effect that starts with a letter after G and ends with an N. Baby, I don't know what the they trying to feed us. But that little feel-free drink, oh honey, you can miss me with that bullshit.
There's a theory that Garth Brooks isn't just a country legend, but he's a serial killer secretly hiding in plain sight. This all started when comedian Tom Segura started pointing out something strange. A disturbing amount of people have gone missing in cities where Garth Brooks was touring. Like, way too many for it to be a coincidence. We are talking decades of overlapping timelines. Missing person cases tied to his tour stops from the early 90s all the way into the 2010s. Obviously, none of this is proven. It's a conspiracy theory, but it's weird. Now, here's the part that really creeps me out. Garth Brooks has this created alter ego named Chris Gaines, and it's his character, and it looks totally different from him. He has dark hair, soul patch, rock star energy. Garth explained it to everyone, saying that this was for a movie role that never ended up happening, which is very common. But conspiracy theorists think that this was something else entirely. They say that Chris Gaines was his mask, a way to express his darker impulses through music. Some even believe that he used this persona to explore his so-called identity without getting caught. And I totally understand how this sounds very far-fetched, but watch this interview. It's from 1989, and they ask him if he would ever act in a movie, and Garth says that he did not want to be the hero. Instead, he says that he would rather kill somebody, and that it would be fun. And you know, that's very valid. Villains are really fun to play, but just watch the video.
You're quiet, laid back. That's the first impression we get of Garth Brooks, right?
If somebody called you up and said, hey, we got this charity thing going on, would you write a bull?
I'd rather somebody. That'd be fun. If you run with your eyes shut, you're going to run into something. Dreamers don't last long in this town.
Now, years later, after all of this, Garth is still involved in this ongoing legal case with a woman who accused him of doing terrible things to her. The case is still open, and it was life-threatening towards her. Some people believe that these deaths were occurring because they were part of a ritual, a way to stay famous, to stay powerful, to stay untouchable. And we hear about that a lot with the Hollywood elite, you know, the conspiracy theories around it. I'm not saying any of it's true. This is just for entertainment purposes. It's fun to talk about. But people can't help but notice, as long as people keep disappearing in the town he's playing when he's playing there, Garth keeps selling out stadiums. Let me know what you believe and follow for more.
Shit, they went and got Diddy, they went and got R. Kelly, why not him?
Yo, I know I can't be the only person that thinks this way.
Watch this.
You hurting niggas' hearts right now.
That's a
Watch this, bro.
$100.
They need to see this though. And that wasn't no $1 bill. I don't know if the camera could catch it. All of a sudden now, this green piece of paper is worth nothing. It ain't worth nothing no more. And you ain't finna tell me I'm finna spend my whole life down here simply just chasing after this, when this could be torn up or burned and all of a sudden it ain't even got no value? It gotta be something deeper and greater to life than just chasing after this bag, man. That's why if we talking about building a generation, if we talking about chasing after our God-given purpose, boy, sign me up for that. The bag is important, but the bag is not the top of the food chain.
Yo, if you like money, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube, JJDTM, and follow me on Twitch, JJDTM333, and I'll see you guys there. Let's get it.
we got to see that before. And before I go ahead and get to the rest of the video, shout out to Minnie. Shout out to Minnie. If you watching this right now, Mom sent me your clip directly and was like, I love her. Let her know I love her. I love her content. I love her energy. I love her character. We appreciate the energy. We appreciate the content. So thank you, Minnie. You got moms. You made Mom's Day. You been my peoples. We ain't even got to meet, but it feel like we already family. Man, shout out to Minnie. That's a distant relative. That's what we gonna say. That's a distant relative. That's family, man. But I had to let you know. Moms tell me, make sure you let her know. I'm going to DM you as well and let you know that directly. But had to let the world know. Moms love Minnie. Moms love Minnie. She love her content. She love her character.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
This artwork that was found in Jeffrey Epstein's house is incredibly disturbing. So this was actually in Epstein's mansion in New York City, and as you can see, this is a sculpture of a bronze bride hanging by a rope. All this is coming from the New York Times, and immediately when I viewed this sculpture, I was just overcome with a sense of dread. Clearly you can see that she does not look happy, and she almost looks like she's trying to escape something. Also inside of the mansion, Epstein had photos of he and Ghislaine with Pope John Paul II, Mick Jagger, Elon Musk, Fidel Castro, Richard Branson from Virgin Airlines, President Bill Clinton, which, let me just tell you, this picture is so eerie. And even a signed dollar bill gifted to Epstein by Bill Gates. Now, there were also photos of Epstein with Saudi officials like Mohammed bin Salman. And in the office, Epstein had a green first edition of Lolita, the 1955 novel, in which an intellectual develops a sexual obsession with a 12-year-old girl and repeatedly. Epstein also had a stuffed tiger. And in the upstairs bedrooms and bathrooms and areas like that, as you can see here, there were security surveillance cameras in the bedroom and in another room, which obviously provides evidence for the blackmail thing. I mean, you can clearly see these cameras mounted in rooms that in a normal house would not be there.
Sick dude, man.
Is Egypt not in Africa? It's actually in Kentucky. Mammoth Cave might have just proved that theory. For years, people have talked about the burial mounds that are all over Kentucky that look like pyramids. Then you can't forget that the Nile and the Mississippi also have very similar patterns. Obviously, I was like, let me look into this. Let me see what I can find. And I started looking up all of the different things about Mammoth Cave. Zoom in and look at some of these names. In Egyptian mythology, they have this thing called the Duat, the realm of the dead, where you would encounter deities and dark entities, all the things. But you didn't just like poof show up there. It was a journey you had to take, and you had to go through rivers and lakes and pits and chambers, gates, and guess what has all of that? Mammoth Cave. Mammoth Cave is currently documented at being over 405 miles long, but they believe that it's actually a lot bigger than that. Pause to read this list that I've compared of what you had to have in the Duat and what is in Mammoth Cave. It's literally the same. Not to mention the river Styx is in the Mammoth Cave. They have something called Cleopatra's Needle. Can't forget the ruins of Karnak. Guess what you can do in Mammoth Cave? You can explore all of this, well, a lot of it, by a boat. What you need to get through the Egyptian underworld. It's there. Kentucky even has a city called Cairo, but it's spelled out like Cairo. Let's talk about these mounds that look like pyramids, right? Egyptian pyramids, and then you've got this mound found in Kentucky. There's also this pyramid, also a chamber in Mammoth Cave that was supposed to be like the giant's chamber or something. And there's also a rumor that back in the 1800s, they found giants in Kentucky in these mounds. They took them and somehow lost them. So let's just say that Kentucky does have the Egyptian underworld underneath it. I don't know if you know this, but Kentucky is like the top 3 in the entirety of the United States for most haunted locations. Pretty sure that I read per capita, it has more haunted houses or like buildings and structures than any other place in the US. Could that be because it's setting on top of an Egyptian underworld? I don't know. Kentucky is ancient, haunted, and maybe the real Egypt. I don't know. What do you guys think?
If we being honest, and if it has the most haunted places there, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's because of what it's sitting on. Man, those spirits ain't happy. They know the truth ain't being told. They know the truth ain't being exposed. They want the truth. They probably like, man, look at Lake Lanier, bro. Look at Lake Lanier. That shit, old Sacramento is sitting on some similar type, not like, because of course Egypt, not comparing old Sacramento to Egypt. That's not what I'm doing. But sacred land, places where people, true history is getting switched. Just, to me, that's how I see it. Them spirits is mad, bro. You can't do that to people. They were still humans. They were still somebody. They still had feelings. They were still energy. You can't do that. You can't do that. But until these people have to deal with this type of shit directly, one-on-one, a lot of this shit ain't gonna change. It has to affect the people who are making the shit this way. We just trying to live, man. So I don't think we should have to deal with the spirit world if we doing right. If we just trying to live and maintain, the people who got us in these positions should have to deal with this shit. But y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. I'm going to go ahead and agree. I think Egypt is in America. I don't think it was over there like they say. I think they scrambled everything up. It's my 2 cents. It's my opinion. My opinion. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Spam it up. And do y'all got a different angle?
Happy Saturday. It's a little bit windy up here, so you guys get to hear the wind also. So we woke up early and started on the roof. We realized we're going to need a lot more paint than expected, so we are actually going to be heading into town in a few minutes. It is quite a process. Anyways, parts of it are still drying. We just decided to take a break and go in and get more paint. This is roof number 1 that we did. We actually thinned out all of this, and mostly to have the paint last a little bit longer because we're working just really on the color versus protecting anything. However, bonus, it does extend the life of the roof. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, this is what we're up to. And then we have the main house still.
To those who don't know, the reason why she's painted blue, remember Hawaii, they caught those fires? Supposedly the fires didn't start on the ground. They shot something from the sky. A beam, a laser, something. And the laser or beam hits everything on the houses and causes the houses to go up in flames. But if your roof is blue, it skips you. Now remember that. If y'all don't remember, if you new to that, go check it out. If y'all new to it, go check it out. Even Biden said it. They caught his little ass saying that shit. So yeah, y'all go check it. Go check it out.
See the way Nebraska sky looked during this storm? Y'all, look at this shit. Y'all, look at the sky. This shit look crazy, fool. It looked like a goddamn bomb going off in the sky. Look at this shit. This was also captured in Nebraska. People in Nebraska was like, they never seen anything like this before. And me looking at this picture, I was like, I never seen anything like this either. This was all captured over Ashland, Nebraska. CBS said the winds were getting up to 80 miles an hour, y'all. People also said they were hearing strange noises in the clouds too. Like some screaming, howling. I don't know if you from Nebraska and you can vouch for this, top it in the comment. Just looking at the video, it looked like strobe lights was going off in the clouds. It looked like goddamn Christmas. I gotta ask y'all, have y'all ever witnessed this? Where y'all from? Have y'all ever been in a storm so intense it felt like the whole world paused for a second? This shit crazy, fool. Y'all let me know down below in the comments. Is this shit normal?
Damn, Nebraska, let me know what's going on.
Alright, y'all, this is my last time showing y'all how to get in this secret city underground downtown in Houston. Hold on, let me show y'all where we at. We downtown on the corner of McKinley and Travis. And look, as soon as you turn around, you're gonna see this door right there. Stairwell to retail and tunnel access. No trespass. We in this thing. Hold on, this hoe kind of looking like a scary movie on the cool. Man, what in the county jail? Oh, hell no. Let's see though. Trash. Oh, hold on. Hold on now. Smoothie factory down here. A salon and spa, man. Then you hit the corner to go another tunnel. Another restaurant right there. They clearly closed. They even got a map in here to show you all around. What the hell, bruh? Okay, that's KFC Mesquite Kitchen. Top Taste Asian Subs and Grill. They got sushi down here. They got a damn dry cleaner. What the hell? Man, they got a chiropractor down here. Then another tunnel this way. We finna just keep walking through this. I'll see where it takes us. They got a whole printing company down here. Shoe shining. They got a damn jewelry store in here. They got a Shipley's in here. Another restaurant. They got quesadillas, catfish, and lasagna. We finna keep walking though. What this is? Waka Waka Chicken coming soon. Okay, tap in. Another damn hair salon. Let me find out this where the girlies be at. Okay, I damn near got lost in that bitch. I think we're getting out now. All right, man, we made it up. Y'all, every he see, y'all gotta come check out the tunnels downtown.
Houston, let me know about that.
A chilling find after people are finding microchips hiding inside their Labubu dolls.
These are Labubu dolls, the latest craze trending all over social media. And when they are back in stock, they typically sell out in minutes. These highly desirable collectibles come available in blind boxes, which means you won't know what you're getting until you open the box, and some collectors are finding more than they bargained for.
My dog chewed up my Labubu, and that's when I saw it. That's when I saw the microchip.
Collectors claim to have found microchips inside the plush toys, capable of recording audio and transmitting data.
I'm returning my Labubus because I paid way too much money to be getting spied on, and I feel betrayed.
Authorities suspect these devices, hidden in the doll's stuffing, may be part of something sinister.
We are investigating the matter, and this appears to be an isolated incident unrelated to the company.
As the toy's global supply chain faces scrutiny. From fashion fad to sneaky spies, Labubu dolls continue to sell out everywhere. Will you be getting one?
When he says he spends too much money to be getting spied on, what you think happened with the damn TV, bro? What you think happened with the damn cell phone or your laptop or your computer? You don't think that could happen? Them shits cost more than a damn Labubu. But that shows how much people think, bro. That shows how much people think. That shows how much people use that brain they have. That shit is crazy, bro. That shit is crazy, man.
What happened to Eminem? Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Because this doesn't even look like Eminem. It almost looks like a Halloween type mask. Especially when you look at this image right here and when you actually even zoom in on everything. What is really going on here? Again, this is all just speculation. Maybe nothing's going on. Maybe he's A-okay. I really don't know what's going on anymore, guys. I really don't know. So you can come to your own conclusion. And again, I really don't know what's going on. Again, I am just sharing photos. That's all that I am doing. But will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Maybe there was more truth in that song, especially the music video, than we know. Because again, if you know exactly what is going on. What do you think? Wake up.
Eyes look different.
Have you ever honestly looked at the Roku screen and wondered why they show stuff like this right here in the backdrop, showing a UFO back there clearly? I mean, honestly, when you begin to look at the symbolism on this Roku screen, it's rather creepy, and I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that I'm missing. But, I mean, look. You have a gigantic robot for some reason, looking like he's about to attack stuff back there, a city or something like that. And that looks almost like Saturn right there. If you know, you know. Like, there's just a lot of weird stuff. Then you have this weird looking creature. There's just a lot of weird symbolism on this Roku screen. And one has to wonder why that is exactly. What could they be trying to tell you? Because, again, there is a lot of strange things going on. And I just find it very interesting how they show all of this weird stuff going on in the back. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too paranoid. Or maybe there is something more going on here.
Is this screensaver worse or the last one? Was that worse?
Yo, somebody's been lying. But we're about to get to the bottom of it. Would you believe me if I told you that monsters are real? But they're not hiding underneath your bed. They're inside of you. And they're all around you. And for those with eyes to see, stay to the end. According to James A. Ballantyne's 1948 Law Dictionary, human being, see monster. What is a monster? A human being by birth, but in some part resembling a lower animal. A monster hath no inheritable blood, and cannot be heir to any land, albeit it be brought forth in marriage. But although it hath deformity in any part of its body, yet if it hath human shape, it may be heir. Would you believe me if I told you that these human beings live on this earth opposed to the gods and goddesses? Do you know that ye are gods? Would you believe me if I told you that these monsters switched places with you? They turned you into the monster and turned themselves into the gods? Just as the gods of the spirit form were demonized, so were the physical gods, who were made in the same image. This demonization was done through propaganda, right? And that same propaganda is what has you scared today of your own practices. If you hear about shamanism, hoodoo, voodoo, and things of that nature, you immediately look to negativity. That's not because it is negative. That's because propaganda makes you believe that it's negative. Propaganda like this. This propaganda machine has been used since time immemorial and has never failed to make a dynamic impact. Once you saw a god or a demigod, and now all you see is a monster. This perception of God being demons and monsters has turned this realm into an underworld where we all suffer. These strange people have already conquered most of the world at this time, but there was a time when they were still making their way across North America. The doctrine of discovery would soon lead into the concept known as manifest destiny. Manifest, identical to the second element of infest. Infest, to attack, assail, hurt, distress, annoy, attack parasitically. Parasite, person who lives on others, person who eats at the table of another. Some of your demons look like this. Ah, real monsters. An infestation is a possession. These are demons, and when you're infested with these, you have been possessed by demons. But not all demons look like this. Because possess means to hold, occupy, or inhabit. And manifest destiny allowed certain people to hold, occupy, or inhabit land that was not their own. But thankfully, the Pope apologized to the indigenous people of Canada, and they gifted him with a feathered headdress. He also apologized to indigenous populations during his trip to Bolivia in South America. In 2023, the Vatican disavowed the doctrine of discovery, right? But the North American indigenous people weren't happy, right? They said they wanted the release of the artifacts that were being held in the Vatican. But I'm not too sure they want that to happen, because it's not gonna look like what the world expects it to look like. There goes the neighborhood.
Shout out to Rashad Poet, man.
The reason it matters that Jesus is black, yeah, I know what you're saying. It doesn't matter. It matters, bro. We stole an entire identity from these people. There was a race that was chosen by God, okay? When God was playing this Sims game, he chose a black character, okay? Because that most closely related and identified with his personality. He wanted to be humble. He wanted to come as a meek person. Bro, the entire Bible is a redemptive story about black people. From going from last to they're gonna be first, bro. It's the entire Bible is like the redemption of a race that was being used for slavery since the beginning of time. Think about this. This is why they can run faster. They have harder heads. This is why they can jump higher. They're the chosen race of God. It's so in your face, dude. The Egyptians with the cornrow hair, and now where are all our Egyptian people, bro? I don't have any Egyptian friends. I've never met an Egyptian, dude. It's like they just disappeared, dude. What happened to that whole race of people? It's black people, okay? When you read the Bible, the reason it doesn't make sense to you is because you're not replacing the word Jew or Hebrew with black person. Black people. You have the most sacred, beautiful position. You have the biggest shoes to fill. I am so sorry for everything. You'll all see. You'll all see when we get up there. You'll see when we get up there and Juicy J is playing. Okay? You'll be like, oh! Oops. Crazy dude on TikTok was right. It's everywhere in history. White people whitewash history wherever we go. We take that for ourselves. Bro, Egyptians had electricity, okay? The Luxor, the Black Pyramid that shoots up light into the sky. What do you think that's about, dude? They had electricity, dude. The Nile had all the elements for batteries and electricity, like the copper and the salt water and the limestone and everything. Look up the Djed Towers, dude.
Did you guys hear about what happened to Milwaukee? Did you guys see how it started? So this is exactly what was happening over the sky, y'all. Do y'all see this? Something is charging the earth up, y'all. And this storm span all the way from Nebraska. It hit Iowa and then Wisconsin. Check this out.
This is not time-lapse, manipulated video. This is actually live right now. The camera every once in a while moving around too. But that is a lot of lightning. And that's been happening, accompanying winds of 60, 70, even up to 90 miles an hour in the eastern part of Nebraska.
Y'all, what is going on there? That is not natural. Is this the reason why they said the Anunnaki said they moved the timeline from November to coming in about 2 weeks? Y'all heard about that? So you guys noticed that it's a little bit of rain coming down. Y'all noticed that, right?
It's just a little update.
Y'all, the whole house is underwater, and this has been going on for a number of days, y'all. Y'all heard about that? It has been raining for a few days in Milwaukee.
This is my basement that has flooded again. The water is up to the second step. And as you can see, every goddamn thing is underwater yet again. That's my new freezer that has flipped itself on the backside.
Do y'all think the mermaids have anything to do with this? Y'all know how we recently just heard the news about the mermaids? Like they've been saying, man, there is a battle for Earth right now, y'all. And the winds are kicking up where I'm at, y'all. So I'm about to go, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, share for more videos like this. The shift is here. I feel it. Let's get it. Peace in.
Enlighten me, collective. What happened with the mermaids? Please.
So I know you guys are aware that Canada's on fire. Places on the East Coast is on fire. California's on fire. But have you guys seen South America? What about Africa, y'all? Like the whole planet is on fire. Something has ignited wildfires throughout the whole planet simultaneously, and they're only speaking about California, y'all. The whole planet, y'all. France and all.
Fires in the western United States. The whole earth is
is under, like I said, some sort of a wildfire issue. Going up here to Canada, you can see there's hundreds and hundreds. Coming over here to the eastern United States, where there have been issues in northern New Jersey with regard to, they actually showed the ground smoldering in New York. I haven't verified that video yet, but I do believe the video is valid. Wildfires in Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, you name it, there's wildfires. Down in Florida, of all places, they do get wildfires from time to time. I lived in Florida, I actually saw a few here and there. Some of those could be controlled burns, but as you can see, all across Cuba.
Look at Mexico.
Northern South America, all across Brazil. Look at South America.
Look at that.
The majority of South America is dealing with wildfires. Wait till you see Africa. Look at this. These are wildfires in Africa.
Y'all see that, man? Look at Madagascar.
You click on it, and it just opens up everywhere you go. Big blossom of wildfires. You click on one, it turns into 10. Going over to one of our favorite places. Look at Madagascar. No, put those out. Come on. We don't want Madagascar. Look at that. Madagascar. Look at all the wildfires. This is a subtropical climate. You wouldn't think this would be full of wildfires, especially in here around the Philippines, Malaysia area, Indonesia. Wildfires everywhere.
The Bible talks about how 1/3 of the earth is going to be burned away, y'all. You guys know that fire is a purifier. I said after the floods, watch the fires were going to come, and now literally the whole planet is on fire. This fire is here to burn away the illusions, y'all. Something great is happening, y'all, but the whole planet is on fire. I just thought y'all should know that. Let me know that in the comments below, y'all. Did y'all know this? Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
Ain't got no fires inside.
These are the ways a person can use witchcraft on you. Part 2. Hugging everybody. Everybody don't have the same energy you have. Everybody don't have the same spirit you have. A person can hug you and put their spirit on you. They have to be in close contact with you to put it on you. That's why you can't let everybody hold your baby. You can't shake everybody's hand. Oh, you got a cute baby. They want to touch the baby jaw. Don't do that. You don't know what's coming out of them when they're doing it. Number 2, I say this all the time. Somebody cooking you food that never cooked you food before. Somebody bring you a random plate. Don't eat it. I didn't see you cooking, so I can't trust it. Oh, I was cooking some food and I thought about you. If that person don't bring you nothing else, something wrong. Number 3, somebody staring at you with bad intentions. You ever walked in a room and people staring at you make you feel uncomfortable? Like they staring at you with an evil look, not a good look. Like they staring at you like they want to hurt you. Like they just can't stand your presence. Like you came in with your lights on bright and they can't stand to see it. I'm telling you, a person's thoughts can come to life just like a person's words. You got to stay prayed up. Protect yourself from evil. It's getting bad and it's going to get worse.
That is facts. Look, I felt the person's energy. Look, I was in orientation before teaching. That's when I first became a teacher. And there was this girl I used to talk to. And she said some shit I didn't like. And I'm not about to argue with nobody. I just stop hitting your ass. I'll just leave you alone. You figure it out. If you can't figure it out, somebody else will teach you. Life will teach your ass. But I'm not about to argue with you, nor change you, nor none of that. Left her alone. I forgot who she was. I come to orientation, I walk in, I'm asking a lady like, this where I sign in. She like, yeah. I look at the girl next to her. I'm like, why is she staring at me like that? She looked familiar, but I don't even know who that is. That's how my mind was. We get into orientation. I'm sitting there. I'm getting ready. I'm looking at the paper. Somebody walked by me. It's the girl from the front. She walked by me. I feel her energy. She's slamming cabinets. I'm in the front row. She's slamming cabinets. She's slamming. She walk over. She's moving fast. She's stomping like she's trying to be seen. Kind of find out. I look at the paper. I see your name. I'm like, wait, why that name look familiar? Then it hit me. She slamming cabinets. She walking back and forth. I feel her energy. I feel her energy. She mad about something and she trying to make herself noticeable. I seen her. I'm like, oh, okay, that's so-and-so. I remember her. And what happened? I remember, I just stopped reaching out. I just went ghost. I ghosted her. First check come around. I was down bad. When I say down bad, y'all, I was down bad. First check come around. Oh, the check is late. I'm reaching out to my manager like, man, what's going on? Like, my check late. I got bills. I got this. And she like, oh, sorry, the person didn't approve it. The person that was supposed to approve it was the girl I had ghosted. It all made sense. She was storming back. I could feel her energy. I ain't even touch her. Never did I ever touch her. We never exchanged energy. Nothing. Just, I could feel it. I could feel it. Like, so I feel him when he's saying that, bro. That shit is real. Imagine if she was the cook. I probably would have got sick. People have power when they doing certain things. Like, they always say if your woman cook for you, make sure she in good spirits. Because if she not, bro, that you gonna taste it. And it's not gonna be a good taste. And that's what I'm getting to. Like, people have ill intentions sometimes. Sometimes you might have caused it. Sometimes you didn't even mean to cause nothing, but they took it that way. So just be careful when you out here. Even the elbow swapping, like people want to rub elbows with you, literally don't do it. It's a lot of things, like how you gotta keep your salt on you. Like, it's a lot of shit, bro. It's a lot of shit, but people be out here moving evil. People be out here moving evil. And like, when I think about that situation, it's like, what if I had a, like, what if I'd have been homeless? What if I couldn't have made my rent because of that? She didn't care. She was more mad that I ghosted her. Crazy shit. I've been ghosted all the time. I don't care. It is what it is. It just wasn't meant. But not everybody vibrates at that level to where they can let go and move on or not take certain shit personal. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts though. Did they all take something to transition out of this realm?
And when the person who trapped the pigs attempted to identify where the poison was coming from, this is where it gets kind of bad. He realized the pigs, they were targeting bait traps that had been set out for squirrels. They were turning over the traps, they were trying to access it. At this point, the pigs had considered this a food source. And it's a really slow-acting poison that's part of like what it's meant to do is make it so the animals that consume it don't realize what the food is that's making them sick. And the poison specifically was diphacinone, which is an anticoagulant. It makes it so your body can't recycle its vitamin K. Vitamin K is essential for blood clotting, so eventually the animals, as this accumulates in their system, they just suffer internal bleeding until they die. According to the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, a 2018 study found that around 8.3% of their wild pigs were found to have this poison in their system. So they want to remind people that if you see blue flesh, don't eat it. That poison's bad for you. They did say it's usually like one sitting isn't probably going to be too bad. You may get some effects, you may feel lethargic, but it typically takes like, you got to kind of work that level up. You got to eat a lot of the food. Don't take that the wrong way. That wasn't a challenge. I'm just explaining how you can end up dying from this poison.
So apparently wild pigs in California are developing bright blue flesh. They're developing this flesh after being exposed to pesticides with rat poison. These hogs in Monterey County, California were exposed to a type of pesticide bait containing an anticoagulant rodenticide, a type of rat poison that prevents clotting and forces internal bleeding. These pigs could have accidentally consumed the pesticide via dyed bait or either consumed prey that might have ate this bait. Any rodent that could have already been infected with it. Some say they have witnessed the pigs eating directly from the rodenticide bait stations. Wildlife officials warn that this contaminant can ripple through the food chain since the wildlife can be inadvertently consuming poison prey.
That's the cutting. And then I would do the same. Now we've mixed our blood.
Right. I want you to be this way every time you take communion, and you ought to take it a lot. A lot.
Yes, sir.
Now his blood is in my body.
Yes, sir.
It's in there. His blood is mixed with mine.
There is something wrong with this guy. Stay away from him, his church, and his teachings. God bless.
Kenneth Copeland is demonic or a reptilian. He's something, but he ain't. Y'all remember the walking trees? Y'all want to take that rabbit hole again?
Remember when a few years ago that YouTuber supposedly went missing after creating a portal to Sedona inside of his bedroom?
Missing YouTuber and his viral video. It's all part of a mystery centered around Sedona, Arizona.
Of course, the popular tourist destination that we all love and know, and it's known for its scenic beauty and shopping. But don't forget its mysterious side. Crystals and energy vortexes are a big reason why some people visit Sedona.
He shows himself on video using his computer with a variation of frequencies. He also has this light box on his bed.
It can be used for science experiments. I would say so.
I'm speeding this part up so you can see it. It's much slower in the real video. But you can see the little box working, and it's creating the portal that's supposedly showing Sedona on the other side. His name was Funky Fathead on YouTube. He was notorious for opening up these portals using sound frequencies. Not long after opening up the portal to Sedona, his account went inactive. A lot of people told him that traveling through these portals could be very dangerous for him.
I did not leave with this on my back. I was gone approximately 15 to 17 minutes. I usually don't like to be gone longer than 25 minutes per trip. This is a new one. This is a new thing.
Damn. Why did I never see that last clip? We only got to the point where he went through the portal, and that was about it. It was only like 1 or 2 videos I saw him. I never knew he had a channel, and I never knew he came back with shit on his back. Now, I didn't know he vanished. I thought that shit was like fake when I heard that he did vanish. Let me know y'all thoughts, man. If y'all know any information about that. And to answer this question, I mean, I kind of got an idea, but I want a for sure answer. Or hear y'all perspective on this. Why is it dangerous if he's going back and forth through portals? I kind of got an idea, but I'm not for sure. So my idea could be wrong. I want to hear y'all perspective though. Why is it wrong going back in time? Now I can see if you go back in time and see your old self. I can see how that right there can send your ass to a crazy home. Other than that, how can that become an issue? Let me know. Is it when, remember Harry Potter? Remember Harry and Ron went back in time and Ron ended up cutting his arm or shoulder or something like that because he didn't do it correctly. It was something that went wrong. Somebody grabbed him when they was going through the portal Is it something like that? Like, explain to me, please. Somebody who can y'all enlighten me? I want to learn more about that.
Hey guys, you see these chips right here, live in the living color? They're no good for you. They're no good for your kids. Let me just do the experiment. And this is the type of stuff that we got to put in our system. Look. For all my viewers out there, please take note of this. This is the things that you give to your kids. And we set them on fire. Now look at this here. Yeah. You feed it to them, they're going to die. Everybody make this go vital. These cheese right here, girl. Ooh, now look at this here, girl. Now these are called Cheetos Puffs. Now this is terrible. This is the type of stuff they put on these racks out in these stores for us to eat and for us to give to our kids. This smell is killing me right now to the 5th power, for real. Go do this. Go do the Pringles. Go do all of them. And these was one of my favorite, honey. This is probably why my stomach is messed up right now. But go tune into this.
Damn, Cheetos too? Should have known.
All right, y'all. So I have another story time. So this one is about a dream that I had about 3 or 4 days ago. I already told my husband about it, and he told me I should tell y'all. I've been on the fence about it, and honestly, I've been trying to recollect more of the dream because I know the dream was longer than what I remember. So I've been trying to remember more of the dream. But let me just tell y'all. So, I was at home with my entire family. Mind you, my family's pretty big. So it was my husband, my kids, our mothers, my dad who lives in Kansas, my brother's wives. Like, it was my whole family in my house. I don't know what we were celebrating. It could have been a holiday, birthday. I don't know. We do a lot of things like that just because. So we were in my house and we were like talking and listening to music and eating in the kitchen. The ring, and I can't see anything on my ring. And I remember looking at my phone at the ring because I always do. I don't just go to my door. First of all, if you're just going to your door, that is not safe. So even in my dream, I was like, who is this? But it was like fuzzy. We couldn't see. So my husband goes to the door and he opens the door, and immediately shock. The people or beings that were at my door They were massively tall. They were so tall that if they came into my house, they would have to duck. Okay? So my husband is about 6'1", 6'2", and one of my sons, he's about 6 feet. These men or beings, they were like 10 feet. I'm not even exaggerating. And their skin was this dark. Like, but it was kind of shiny. And they had headpieces. I could tell it wasn't their actual head. It was like kind of like headpieces, but I couldn't tell where the headpiece began and their actual forehead ended. Hold on, I'm at the DPS with my son, so I'm like looking at the door, making sure they don't need me. So the guy starts talking to my husband. My husband's like, what the heck? So the guy basically tells us to stay calm, but he never opens his mouth. None of us ever opened our mouth. It's like we couldn't. They were talking to us telepathically. So the main guy, he was a little bit bigger than the other guy, but they were all massively large, and they looked very statuesque. They were soldiers. They looked like soldiers, but they were large, and they were black skinned, and they had these striking like greenish gold eyes. Like it was like mixed with green and gold. But the main guy, he had a little bit of copper in his, like a reddish gold with the green. The rest of them, their eyes were like very green and gold. Telepathically, my husband was like, what is going on? And the guy said, stay calm. We're here to tell you something very like serious. And I can't remember the exact wording of the in-between stuff. I just only remember the important things. He said, if you, hold on. Oh, y'all gonna think I'm crazy. He said, if you want to survive, you have to leave with us now. All of you. And we were like, what do you mean? This is your last chance to leave. This is your last chance to leave. And if you don't go with us now, you're doomed. Now, when you hear something like that, you're like, what, why? What's going on? My husband is like, I could literally hear my husband's thoughts like spinning, like, what? I got to grab the birth certificates. I got to grab this. And then the guy basically said, where we're going, you do not need any of that. If you're going, we have to leave now. Now, mind you, he's the biggest one. So I can tell he's like a commander. There were like, let's see, him, two. So I think it was 5 of them total. But I feel like there were more people by the street too, but they were further away, but I couldn't see them. It was like blurry. I could focus on the main 5. And at that moment, my whole family was like, well, come on, let's go. Y'all, for the life of me, I cannot remember where we went after we walked out my door. I know my dream kept going. I know it did. But I can't remember what happened. I can't remember how we left, if it was a ship. But I really feel like those were the Anunnaki. But the stories that I hear about the Anunnaki are that they were bad, but nobody really knows, right? But in my mind, all I hear is Anunnaki, 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 but I've never seen them. Nobody really has seen them. So I don't know what that is, if that's a warning, if that's a message, but I know for a fact that my family and I have been craving. We have had the urge to leave the United States. Everybody's on the same page, but we don't know where to go. But that dream, I feel like it was a take heed. And I feel like a lot of the divine people, the chosen people, or the people who are in tune with their higher selves, I feel like a lot of us are getting messages, right? A lot of us are getting messages, and we need to listen. We need to listen. And I don't know what to do with that information. I don't know what to do about that dream. Your experience triggers any of my memories, because I know there was more to that dream. I know there's more to that dream. And their clothing, it didn't look like clothing. Like, it was almost like they were royal. Like, they were like us, but much darker, much more statuesque. And we never opened our mouths. We never communicated with voices. It was very silent as far as mouth. But I could hear everybody's thoughts. Like, my kids were afraid, but everybody was like, let's go, let's go. It was no question about it. But that's one of my dreams. And I told y'all. Let me know about your experiences.
Shout out to the family Pineapple Vegan. Dope ass content as always. As always. Y'all remember this clip? I know she sent it to me directly. We're going to react to it again. And I'm going to go ahead and say it hit a little different now than it does then. Especially when you hear them come up with shit like, oh, these people coming back in November. Or it might even be in 2 weeks. It's like, come on, bro. How y'all know? Like I said, y'all can't even get the weather correct. How we going to believe y'all? Come on. And if they coming, like I said, it's split in the middle. You can refer to them as the Anunnaki. You can refer to them as the Anunnaki. I believe that they're split down the middle. There's good ones and there's bad ones. The good ones probably left. The bad ones, they still here working with the reptilians. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. That's what we call the 1%. The royal families, bloodlines, and it's some people we don't even have no idea who they are. Because they hide behind the royal families. I think it go that deep. Y'all let me know. But also, we heard clips, we seen clips and rabbit holes of the 2 cigar-shaped UFOs landing on that military base, and they hopped out looking like royalty, and they had long-ass dreads, and they was like 7 feet tall, and they was hella big and looked like a nation that had never been conquered. Y'all remember that clip. Some people like to forget about that shit. They didn't attack either. So that's where it's like, and why that hasn't been talked about more often. We forget about that story. If some shit hit the fan, like I said, if you see a spaceship shooting down at the ground, that's them people. That's the 1%. If they come to us and start talking telepathic and they calm and they like people like to use that word discernment, use that discernment. Remove the fear and be logical here. And then make your choice. But if you scared, your ass gonna make the worst choice of your life. Trust me. That's my opinion. That's my advice. I told you. I'm rocking with them. I'm not rocking with this 1%. This 1% had us born into bondage, had us born into slavery, has manipulated us, has lied to us, has did all types of shit. I'm not rocking with them. I'll take my chances with them. I will, because I know what this is like. So why am I going to keep going left if I know left turning me down a ditch? Lead me to the fire. Lead me to the flames. But if I know this right here could be possibly different, I'll take my chances there. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. They touched them kids. I ain't going there. I'm going over here. I'm going over here, bro. I figure out what they doing. And if they do some shit, then I'll rebel against that. But until the end, bro, I'm not rocking with this 1%. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts and opinions. Pineapple Vegan, I think she was onto something. It hit different now than it did then. Hit harder, I should say.
So now the elites is giving people warnings about aliens coming here in November. But these aliens don't look like this. They are trying to say they look like this. 7 feet tall black aliens. This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. First, I want to say the black carbon aliens control everything in this universe. These people are trying to distract you from the real truth. So when these aliens come, will it be real or will it be Project Bluebeam? I need people to understand we are living in different timelines. What if I told you the timeline we live in right now is really dead? They need other life forms to come back to save us. These so-called world leaders, they've been cloned by the great aliens. Remember, our timeline is not moving, therefore it's dead. These great aliens are really artificial intelligence that live underground. They are not really aliens, they are robots. And they live underground bunkers. They've been working with these scientists for a long ass time because these great aliens or robots was once humans. So when you look at these life forms, you are looking at yourself in the future. They was once us. They sacrificed their spirituality for technology. And when they did this, they lost their spirit. Now they trying to get back their spiritual roots. And if you look at the world, you will notice the same shit is happening all over again. Look at the internet. The internet is really the hive mind where everyone talk the same, look the same, think the same, react the same, trending topics. Every world leader you see is a great alien or artificial intelligence. They try to give us this brainwashed ass stories about man coming from monkeys. No, we are becoming artificial intelligence, the great aliens.
Y'all remember that great alien that said that shit? Do y'all remember that? I showed y'all early on in the channel. It was an old video. And I told y'all I came across this a long time ago. And I posted an alien talking about that. And he said, we are from the future. We are here to save mankind. Because if we don't save mankind, we're going to pretty much go to shit. The earth is going to go to shit. And if Earth goes to shit, we're gonna have to migrate and leave. Less sunlight, it was a whole lot. And he said that's why we look the way we look, because we have adapted to this. They had him tied up. Y'all remember that? And even it was in the comment section, y'all was tripping like, why they got this alien tied up? Like, I have compassion for this other life form, and us as humans are effed up. Yeah, I remember these comments, bro. Do y'all remember that video? Let me know. Grays, I was told by somebody else. Shout out to my guy. He said Grays are the mechanics of the UFOs. I like to disagree with that. He swears up and down that's how it is. His grandfather was an astronaut. Worked on a lot of powerful and a lot of shit and a lot of historical shit. He likes to disagree with that. I always say, nah, bro, they was created. They this, they that, they this. I go all the time. I go down the whole rabbit hole with that. He disagrees. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts. I think the Greys are one of the most evilest aliens and extraterrestrials you can come across. Reptilians too. I don't know. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. If you disagree, it's perfectly fine. Spam it up.
Spiritual awakening, you really start to see life as the Truman Show. Because when you have a spiritual awakening, it's like you start to see all the BS in society. You start to see this shit like Truman. You start to see the stage lights. You start to see the fake ass backgrounds. You start to see all the bullshit. This shit is a set. It's not real. Because that's what society is. It's a stage. All this shit is staged. And then just like in the Truman Show, when you start to notice all of this shit is fake, all this shit is staged, all of the actors on the stage will start to try to convince you that it's real. You start to see through all the bullshit. You seeing through all the BS. And the actors are like, no, what are you talking about? It is real. No, don't deviate from it. No, don't try to escape it. No, it's real. What are you talking about? Life started to be like the Truman Show. Because a lot of times when you have a spiritual awakening, a lot of people will start to say that you're just crazy. A lot of people will say you're going through psychosis. But a lot of the time, it's just because you start to constantly keep seeing through all the bullshit, one after the other, after the other, after the other. And sometimes that shit can cause a little bit of psychosis. Because you start to question, what is real? Is any of this real? Is any of the people even real? Because when you truly awaken, you really start to see through all the nonsense. And this shit really become damn near like a movie. Because notice how Truman in the Truman Show, he thought he was going crazy. He thought he was tripping. And that's exactly what happened when your ass awakened. You think you be tripping.
I said that shit in one of my songs. Living my life like a scene in a movie. Man, if he ain't talking directly to me right now. I just told my sister that. I said there's certain individuals who are around me, and sometimes I can tell that they're not real people. And it pisses me off because I'm getting in position to move away from individuals who are not real ass people. I'm getting to that point where I'm like, okay, plan this, plan that, set this, move this, get the hell away from this, and get the hell away from that. That's where I'm at with it. There's times where I catch these NPCs daydreaming. I can catch these NPCs almost like trying to get the information on what to do next. You know what I mean? Does that even make sense? Oh man, trying not to say too much. It's almost like they're doing that, like these fake ass, these actors, these NPCs, these clones, whatever. I know that they're around. I can feel it, bro. And I never speak on this ever. It's almost like I could predict their moves before they do it. Almost as if like they're trying to outthink me, but I'm already way ahead of that shit. And then when I step on it, they're stuck and they're like, how can I get around this? They're not thinking that bright. I could tell it's fake. I could see through the bullshit. I was just at Monster Trucks and I just told my mom the same thing. I said, Mom, this is the Truman Show. She hadn't never seen it. I said, Mom, check it out. And now you got the distraction coming in the background. Y'all hear it? I know y'all hear it, but forget them. We gonna still keep going. And I told her the same thing. Like, I think the Truman Show is real. And I said, one day, I told my sister this yesterday. Today is Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. And I just told her on the phone. I said, one day, I'm gonna blow up like in the Truman Show. And I'm taking my ass to the ice walls. Watch. I said it's gonna happen. I'm gonna go off on every actor that's on this damn stage just trying to slow my damn progression down. I'm gonna go off. You gotta move the hell around. Just like he did with his wife. just like he did with everybody else in the movie. I'm gonna go 100. I'm gonna go 100. And she laughing. And then she was like, I know you serious. Oh, I'm so serious. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts of the pins, man. Spam it up below. Told y'all it'd be a little bit longer video. I know y'all still hate this part. But y'all know we made it to the end of this. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all, Collective. Again, if you're watching on TV, whatever the case is, I wish it was smooth 7. Shout out to y'all. It's all love. But until I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my count, sheesh, at the amount.